You've come across the Ulfra at an interesting time, stranger. But be careful. Things are stirring, and you wouldn't want to get caught in the middle. Now, tell me, what are you looking for here? I dinna doubt that, but most people don't have an undead half-giant as their leader. It's all about Tryggve. The chieftain isn't exactly everyone's favourite. Some say that it's a disgrace we ever let someone like him become the leader. That the Ulfra are now in the hands of a madman who barely resembles a man at all. The Stone Wardens are speaking up too, as he forbade one of our oldest traditions. Some folk are bloody furious about it. The truth is, we didn't speak openly about it amongst ourselves. I didn't know if it's shame or helplessness, but ever since Tryggve became the Giant's Chosen, the bonds within the tribe have started to crumble. Aye, and I didn't get it either. Strength has always been what mattered most among the Ulfra, and the chieftain has always been the strongest among us. If someone stronger came along, then that one deserved to lead the tribe. That's how we've survived through the ages. Now, Tryggve is the strongest. I didn't care how he did it. He was clever enough to reach for power no one else had. He found a way. We, the Stone Wardens, can no longer visit our kin bound in the stone sleep. And if you met any Dalriata before, you should already know that honoring our ancestors is damn important. Whether it's the mad folk from Volker or the ones from Tøyd, our ancestors are sacred. Always have been. Tryggve decreed it so. We're no longer allowed to honor anything or anyone other than him. By drawing close to the giants, he claims to have become one of them, and so he expects the same treatment they received. I didn't know. Of course, I have someone resting in the stone sleep. Brynja, my mother. But the chieftain's word stands above all. After all, he holds the authority to challenge traditions. And if he's chosen to do so, there must be a reason behind it. I was born and bred a Stone Warden. My ancestors carved tunnels, built great halls, and raised Dalriata monuments for generations. Have you seen the capital yet, stranger? That's where they worked. Stone by stone, cut, smoothed, or shattered to dust. That's how history is made. Shame it's so quiet there these days. I wonder if that old dog Gerf's still sitting around, counting on some grand reconciliation with the other tribes. Stone sleep took her early and fast. Some wait until their bones are brittle. Oh, but she was young, sharp of mind, still stronger than most. I was still a pup when she went away to find her place. I'd give much to visit her again, just to sit near her stone for a while. But I remember her well enough to guess what she'd say. She wouldn't want me to disobey the chieftain. So, I stay here, and I remember in silence. For now, that has to be enough. To slowly slip into the stone sleep is a great honor. Some of the younger Ulfrites question that tradition now. But to me, it only shows how far we've drifted from the values that once made us strong. The young Dalriata pups don't remember the living capital. They don't feel the weight of what was carved. And they've never forged the kinds of friendship that saved lives deep in the tunnels carved into the mountains. They'll never understand what it means to rest beside those you've endured so much with. That's why the stone sleep is so dearly longed for. Because it's not just an end. It's a return to your kin. I hope that if the old ways are broken, someone will always be ready to pick up the pieces. But it is the custom of the Dalriata that a chieftain may be overthrown only through an honorable duel, even if the one you're facing did not gain his strength by rightful means. Truth be told, I doubt anyone could defeat him. What? I think you didn't hear me the first time, stranger. It's forbidden. Thrigve made it law. No offerings and no quiet songs by the stones. I respect my chief, not like those other whiners. You serious? Didn't expect a stranger to offer help. Well, it's a good day, I guess. Here, I've marked on your map where Brynja rests. It's near the capital. And take this. It's a trinket I forged some time ago. Leave it with her. Watch yourself on the roads.
Greetings. I didn't see you arrive. You're new here, aren't you? You must be someone important if they let you in. It's a shame you've come when we've fallen on hard times. I'm Cord. I guard this place. Aye. I know everyone takes us for a bunch of boors. But that's not all true, you know. It's like claiming all Thide are off their heads. And that's not what I think. I've known a few Thides who had their feet firmly on the ground. There are different kinds of people everywhere. You surprise me. It's rare for anyone among us to notice, well, emotions. Not that kind, at least. But you're right. I've got nothing to be happy about. I lost my father not that long ago. He died fighting Thrygve. Challenged him, believing he could topple him from that damn throne. He was. My dad was a strong man, both in body and spirit. I swear, there was no better warrior than him. Half the village kept telling him he could win against our damned chieftain. If you ask me, Thrygve knew my dad was strong, so he decided to humiliate him, even after death. That beast. Just don't tell anyone I said that, or they'll have my head. He forbade me from taking my father's body and giving him a proper burial. That goes against tradition. Anyone who challenges a chieftain has the right to a proper burial. There's probably little left of my old man by now. He'd likely fall apart in my hands. I'm not. I've always thought carving a throne into the lone pillar was a dumb idea. We all know it's a sacred place to the giants, and the Dalriata have always respected the giants. If they ever woke up, it'd be better to have them on our side, right? So, what's the point in defiling their sacred ground, eh? Don't know what came over half the village to support Thrygve in his madness. It's hard to talk about. Of course. Go. I'm sure you've got better things to do. Thanks for taking the time to speak with me. Something you need. If you want to. You're not forbidden from approaching the lone pillar. If you manage to find my father's body, put this stone on it. It comes from our ancestral mound. Straight from Mother's womb. It's the least I can do for him. May his spirit find its way into the seat of our ancestors. See you later.
A stranger among the Ulfir. Good. Aye, and hopefully one with some common sense. That's something this tribe has been sorely lacking of late. The Ulfrites were known for keeping their feet on the ground, and that's what I liked about them. But now even they've fallen to the madness of the giants. I come from a tribe that would rather drift through life half asleep, all because some giant woman made them vague promises. They stumble around denying reality while the world rots, thinking themselves saviors of all the Dalriata. I've never believed in empty words or blind devotion. Neither did the Ulfrites. Well, that used to be true. Giants used to live in the Forlorn Swords, just as we do. They were powerful beings, but not gods. If they were, they wouldn't be forced to sleep with a word of one man. And yet so many of us treat them as such. Thrygve became but a shadow of one. But even that was enough. Aye. I see we are of the same mind. A god stops being a god when it becomes something that can be easily comprehended. When I left the Toyd, I wandered the Forlorn Swords searching for knowledge about the giant's power. Then, I got tied up with the Ulfir. And I suppose I'll be staying here, my work unfinished. Perhaps you could. The last secrets I sought lie with the dead. The Gunvalder and the Oirata. Two tribes, long gone. I may not be superstitious, but I wouldn't dare stir their rest. You, on the other hand, if you could bring me the records about their giants, I would be grateful, and I would share what I have learned. Then I suppose fate put me on your path. Thank you, outsider. I will await your return. I am a Stone Warden, of course. Our guild has always been respected, even among my own tribe. The Stone Wardens are keepers of knowledge, though it turned out it wasn't exactly the knowledge I sought. I was meant to move on, continue my search, but life had other plans. It wasn't, no. Though the Stone Warden's halls tend to be more peaceful than the rest of the Forlorn Swords, at least when it comes to tribal strife. Debates on the craft, though, they can get very heated, especially when someone decides to argue it in a lit forge. I found someone to share my heart with, for one, and for a while I let myself enjoy life. For a Stone Warden, the forge comes first. But there's nothing like sharing it with someone of the same mind. Then the Gunvaldir massacre happened, and everything was turned on its head. I couldn't take up wandering again. Couldn't face their ghosts, so I stayed here, with my craft, and my love, keeping me together. I don't. I hated the mother for muddling the thoughts of my kin, for seeping poison into their ears, and I'm not fond of Thrygve. But what he became wasn't the fault of the giant whose power he stole. It was his own. Still, we live in their shadow, and I've always felt powerless beneath it. Maybe it's fear. But I've already lost so much to that weakness, and I have too much to lose still. Safe travels.
Welcome, outsider. What do you want? Eivor? But that boy was too weak to survive. It can't be. How is that even possible? That abomination? How could you speak with such a thing? I hope you deal with it. Did you put an end to his life? What? This must be some cruel joke. No. You speak the truth. How could you be so reckless? Leave. Get away from me, and don't come near again. You'll bring ruin upon us all. You're damn right I will.
Don't make me
Greetings, walker in the Wyrdness. Your presence heralds the end of our vigil. Skuld sees the Wyrdness flowing through you. He is impressed. He offers his help and counsel. A swirl of colors surrounds your soul. It's a beautiful sight. The Thoid tribe longs to dream Mother's dream. It is our greatest desire, our deepest happiness. Mother told Senja, Skuld's sister, when the one who walks in the Wyrdness arrives, then your time will come, my children. You will fall into the sleep, and we will be together forever. Everyone aids Senja in her dreaming, except Chieftain Ingvi and your humble servant, Skuld. Because of this, Mother's grace flows upon us all, and Senja's sleep remains strong and true. Yes, walker in the Wyrdness. Thanks to you, they will fall into true sleep. May Mother's light shine upon the moment of your arrival. Mother is everywhere. You can see her image there, towering over our lands. We long to surrender to her. In her warm embrace, we will find eternal shelter. Skuld is not worthy to reveal Mother's secrets, not even to the walker in the Wyrdness. If Chieftain Ingvi decides to tell the walker more, then it shall be done. Ingvi is
You are here, Walker in the Wyrdness. Your arrival heralds change. I am Yngvi. May my stature not surprise you. For the Thoid, it is what you bring to the tribe that matters. I bring myself, my skills, and my devotion. I am my tribe's servant. I've heard the voice, but I cannot answer its call. The members of the Thoid tribe are preparing to fall into sleep, and it is my duty to ensure their safety while they do. We sleep to dream the mother's dream. It is sacred to the Thoid. Until now, only Senya has dreamed, and before her, a long line of devoted and sensitive Thoid warriors. Through the dream, we commune with our guardian giant, the one we call Mother. Now Mother wishes for all of us to join her. She promises to protect us from the Wyrdness. Mother promises that the strength of the Thoid's united dreaming will repel the Wyrdness and encompass the entire Forlorn Swords. By embracing the dream, the Thoids will protect not only themselves, but all of the Delrida too. The Thoids have long believed the world is heading towards self-destruction, and we are now on the brink of the end times. If there is a way to prevent that, we will do everything in our power to make it so. We are not sure, but we have faith. It has to be enough. We became certain the moment you set foot in our lands. Your arrival was foretold by Mother. She said that when the Walker in the Wyrdness arrives, it will be time to fall into the sleep. Through our dream, we will save ourselves from the end of days. You are the Walker in the Wyrdness. You can do far more than we ever could. We have tried everything. Magic, diplomacy. Some of us even joined One Eye's rebellion. But it wasn't enough. We needed Mother to show us the way. She said that only by joining her dream in another realm can we truly affect the reality we know. The Gunvalder tribe did the same. They worshipped their giant too. We believe King Arthur entrusted us with his crown for a reason. There's always been a special bond between the Delrida and the giants, going back to the Age of Legends. Perhaps he was the only man who could speak to the giants as an equal. But how could we find out now? The king is dead, and he's not coming back. This is our last chance to make a difference. We need to trust Mother. That's not widely known, but we have our own theory. We believe Arthur bound his essence to the crown, which allowed him to communicate with the giants and gain their allegiance. However, you can't bind your essence to another being without mastering the Wyrdness first. That's why we believe Arthur must have uncovered the secrets of the Wyrdness, unlocking the mysteries of the Fordwellers long before he forged his allegiance with the giants. I will keep watch until everyone enters the land of the dreaming. Once they fall into sleep, I'll decide whether or not to join them. I may simply become a nameless, tribeless Delrida. That is my honest answer. It's the only one I can give. Words shape reality. You shouldn't use them unless you're certain of the reality you want to create. How do you think you can help us? Can you do more than walk the Wyrdness? Can you walk through dreams too? If that's the case, I won't stop you from entering. Mother will decide if you're of use to her. But don't you dare harm her, even if you can. If you do, you'll have the entire Thoid tribe against you. That much I'm sure of. As you wish, Walker in the Wyrdness. I won't make any decisions about the dreaming until you return with answers. Or the will of the Mother. Walker. I've heard the voice. The members of the...
It gladdens school to see you here, for it means we draw ever closer to Sonder. Behold the dreaming, our true home. Walker in the Wyrdness. As I greeted you in the waking world, so do I welcome you once more. The world that withers is no home to us. It is a fleeting mirage where nothing holds, nothing remains. There all crumbles, without meaning, without end. But the dreaming is eternal, and it has a purpose. The deepest of all layers, Sonder. When your arrival ended the vigil, the dreaming began. The final phase of our dreaming is Sonder. Sonder is the moment when we shall become one with Mother's dream, forever entwined. Sonder is also a place deep within the lowest layers of the dreaming. There at last we will be safe, far from the world ensnared by the Wyrdness. Yngvi believes you may unravel the burdens that weigh upon some of the Thoid. Without freeing them from these burdens, they cannot enter Mother's chamber, where each of us must drift into ever deeper dreaming, until at last we reach Sonder. Life, unfulfilled duties, feelings that tether the soul, keeping it from sinking into the dreaming's embrace. Each of us carries burdens. Once, we of Thoid would end our vigil and return to wakefulness, striving to cast off these burdens through life itself. But your arrival ended the vigil. It began the dreaming, and Thoid may no longer wake, not unless such is Mother's will. Yngvi's burden is to guard the village of Thoid, to safeguard Mother, and to ensure that all members of the Thoid tribe journey towards Sonder. She awaits the right sign. When it comes, only then will she choose her fate.
Walker in the Wyrdness. You're here. Finally. You have to listen to me. I need to speak with Yngvi. But ever since the dream began, I can't leave this place. She must hear this before it's too late. That's exactly the problem. Sonder is a trap. No one can go there. Especially not Yngvi. Please, I'm begging you. You have to help us. The Giant Mother, the one we believe to be Mather, wants us to become her children, to surrender ourselves to her care. But why did we ever assume she was Mather? Our mother goddess was a warrior. She gave us the strength to stand against adversity, to unite against those who seek to destroy the Dalriada. And what is this dream, if not turning our backs on our kin? On the other tribes who still fight? Are we to crawl under Mother's skirts while the world burns? Sonder is an escape, and now I see it clearer than ever. If we flee into Sonder instead of standing and fighting, we are no longer Dalriada. There is no honor in this. We are on the verge of losing everything. Our identity as Tuid, our very souls. I don't know if it'll be enough, but you have to try. Tell Yngvi that Rune reminds her of the duty of every Dalriada. We stand and fight. We dunny run. The Giant Mother is not Mather. She's nothing but a weak, selfish wretch who would see the Tuid destroyed. I know my plea must sound desperate. If you grant my request, I'll enter Sonder. I'll be thrown into it whether I want it or no. But if that is the only way to save the tribe, then I will do it. I will sacrifice myself for them.
Ho ho ho, you're here. Munvarth knew you'd come, even before we headed to the Mother's chamber. They call me Jarnsfer, because that's my name, Jarnsfer. So that's why they call me that. Makes sense, doesn't it? To the Mother's chamber, where we'll dream forever. Munvarth says great black ships that devour the sky will take us there, but I don't know if that's true. He makes things up sometimes. Like that time he told me he'd brought me a giant's tooth. Turned out to just be a regular old walnut shell. He's my friend. My raven friend. I mean, he's a raven. Feathers, wings, a beak, all the raven things. And he's the reason I'm worried. Well, not really him, actually. It's my stupid head. Always forgetting things. Before I entered the Mother's dream, I told myself, Jarnsver, remember to let Munvarth out. And, of course, I forgot. Damned useless head. I'd rip it off my shoulders and toss it into the abyss if I could. Yeah, he talks to me a lot, and sometimes he says things that make me really wonder how he even knows them. When I asked him, he just said it's a raven secret. But funny thing, he only talks when it's just the two of us. If anyone else is around, he clams up like a corpse. You know, that could actually be it. I mean, I never thought of myself as a mystic. I always figured I was just spouting nonsense. but maybe I'm actually speaking in mysticisms. Oh, that would explain why I forget everything. My head is filled with mystical secrets beyond mortal comprehension, and there's no room left for mundane things. His cage. And the cage is back at my house. But not here, on the other side. You know, in the waking world. Because we're in a dream right now, right? Sometimes I mix it up and forget where I even am. It's this stupid head of mine, I swear. If Munvar stays in that cage, he'll starve to death. I left him food, but not enough to last a lifetime. Well, I mean, it'll last a lifetime. Just a short one. You don't have to rub it in. I already feel bad enough. Not only did I leave him, but as long as I carry this worry, I can't go deeper into the dream. You will. I'd do it myself, but I can't go back anymore. For Toids, dreams are a one-way journey. Both Munvarth and I would be forever grateful. Here, this is the key to his cage. It works like any key. Just stick it in the lock and turn it. I hope I can travel back to the waking world. And please, make sure to apologize to Munvarth for me. Did you manage to free him from the cage?
You, don't just stand there. Help me find Veilkin. I know that filthy swine is hiding somewhere around here. We have to find him. They call me Alfhild. I have sworn to watch over Sinja while she dreams Mother's dream. Now you know who I am, so help me find Veilkin. A filthy beast. A mongrel who tried to put his hands where they didn't belong. Oh, how I wish I had cut them off when I had the chance. But he fled. And now he's entered the vigil and I will not let him go any further. If he dares try to harm her again, I swear... Senya! I swore to protect her. But I failed. I chased Veilkin from her bedside, then from the tribe. But he still managed to worm his way into the vigil. I need to find him. As long as he's out there, Senya will never be safe. And I will never be able to join her in Sonder. Because I saw him. I tried to give chase, but he's surprisingly good at slipping away in this place. He cannot be allowed into Sonder. There is no place for the likes of him among the dreaming. His very presence would be like poison. Good. I'll wait for you here. Bring me his head so I can finally dream in peace.
You are the walker in the weirdness. You walk where few dare. I don't feel worthy of asking for your help. I need help. Not for myself, but for those I have failed. My mate Sidara, my friend Bodil, and I went to the Giant's Barrow. We sought knowledge, a sign that we still walked toward Mother's dream. But what we found instead was ruin. Bodil, our companion, did not return. And Sidara, the White's touch took hold of her. She's no longer herself, not truly. Find Bodil. End his suffering. And Sidara. She still sleeps, but her soul cannot rest. They must be freed from this curse. Then, at last, we will have peace. We will join Mother in her sleep. Odal's earthly vessel might still be in the White's lair. As for Sidara, she sleeps in our hut, beside me. I feel her. So close yet so distant. Please, bring back my loved ones. Free their souls. Then, maybe we can find ourselves again. Join the Mother.
Behold, Walker, this is one of Mother's earthly faces. She watches over us now in the dreaming, as she once did in the waking world. I believe Mather watches your path with great intent, as do I.
Have you found... Oh, thank Mother. Senya is finally safe, and now I can see her again. Thank you. Wait, who are you exactly? You look like an outsider, yet you entered the dreaming. Walker in the Wyrdness. You? Oh, thank Mother. That means the vigil will soon end, and we will all be together. And I will see Senya again. I do. I swore to watch over her in her sleep, and it has been an honor, but I miss her presence. I miss the sound of her voice. She's so still when she dreams. I wish she would smile again. Have a good sleep, I guess. Thank you, Walker in the Wyrdness. Now that wretch is finally gone, I surely will.
Yes. Myself, I don't know if there's much of me left to tell. I feel like a hollow. A body that still moves but has no purpose. No weight, no warmth. Just emptiness. I had a life once. A name that meant something. But all that remains now is the pain. The loss. The knowing that they are gone and I am not. If I am anything, I am a remnant of what was, and soon even that will vanish. No, I'm not afraid of Sonder. I fear remaining more than I fear moving forward. It is the last hope, for me, for my loved ones, for the Toyd. If we are to be free, then I must go where they have gone. But I cannot do it alone. Now that I am here, there is no going back. So I'm counting on you to set us free. I'm counting on you to set us free. I cannot leave, but you can. Their fate is in your hands now.
It is you. Yes and no. Surely anyone may try. Yet entry into the dreaming is not always gentle, especially for those who are unwelcome. For you, a place has been foreseen among us, though you are not of Thoid. It is a great honor. To await the coming of the Walker in the Wyrdness, and to welcome them among us. Your arrival has lifted my burden. I have entered the dreaming. Skuld shall be your guide, Walker, should you ever have need of one. Yes, Skuld knows him. Therov was once a valued Thoid, but he chose another path. By his own will, he abandoned the tribe. He is no longer one of us. He shall not see Mother's chamber, nor journey towards Sonder. He entrusted himself to the mission of Gonvaldir's son, the one now called One-Eye. It was his right to choose. The dreaming is not for all. Step with certainty.
Walker in the Wyrdness. Ah, Runa. I suppose that means you simply must tell me whatever it is, just because it is his wish. He has told you, I hope, how much he longed to become chieftain. He tried everything to be chosen. One of those attempts nearly cost me my life. But among the Thoid, ambition is one of the gravest sins. That is why I was chosen as chieftain. I was the only one who did not seek it. I was chosen, as is the way of the Thoid. I couldn't refuse. It was the will of the tribe. As for Runa, he would have thrived as an Ulfrite. I have no idea how he managed to pass our trials. Whatever he's asked of you, know this. Runa has his own reasons for stirring up trouble. So tell me, what is it this time? Does he now? And he's only just come to this realization. Now that he's in there, and I'm stuck here. Let me guess. He wants to switch places. To take the chieftain's seat while there's still a tribe left to lead. An escape? That is what I feared. I never would have thought Runa and I could be of the same mind. You're voicing my own concerns. Thoid, the forefather of our tribe, was a warrior. We have never forgotten his teachings. And Mother? Who knows? Maybe we've given too much meaning to something that, in the end, is just another creature. Immortal and mystical she may be, but she still has her own goals and desires. The difference between us is that I face my challenges, while Runa flees from his at all costs. Taking him at his word would be naive, but I cannot ignore what he says. I bear a great responsibility. On the one hand, there is the myth the Thoid have followed for centuries. On the other, my own doubts, and the opinion of a man who's known to work against me. Tell me, Walker in the Wyrdness, you do not share our burdens. What would you do in my place? I will. You have my word. You, Walker in the Wyrdness, see things in a way the Thoid cannot. We've always placed our trust in intuition. And if mine tells me there may be truth in Runa's words, perhaps I should heed by it. Thank you for your involvement. My duty as chieftain is to hear the voices of my entire tribe, even those who are not respected, like Runa. You may leave me to my thoughts now.
Walker in the Wyrdness, what draws you to this place where stone and life entwine? Speak, and let the truth in your heart fill the silence. Guide you? No, child. I do not guide. I nurture. I protect what is precious, what endures even in the face of ruin. If you wish my blessing, prove you understand the value of what grows, what blooms, even amidst the ash. Mortals are fleeting, but they are also the caretakers of the world I love. Each life is a spark, each bloom a promise. The fate of mortals shapes the fate of all things, child. That is why I care. Thrigva. His corruption spreads like a poison, choking the life from all it touches. If you wish to stand against him, you must show me that you honor life, even as you prepare to battle death. Bring me the fragile. Flowers. The symbol of life's beauty and brevity. Prove that you understand what you fight to protect, and I will grant you the strength you seek. shown me your heart, mortal, and it is steady and true. Take this blessing, forged in both bloom and ash, a fragment of what was and what will endure. May it shield you in your darkest moments and remind you of what you fight to protect. Go with my blessing, child, and let life flourish where you walk.
The throne. The room. My beloved. The throne. Throne. The throne.
It is you. Step with.
I felt it. The weight, it is lifted. Their souls are free, and now there is only one more task to be done. You must send me to her. Wherever Sonder may be, I will follow. And I know we will be closer to Mother then. More than I have ever been. But listen, my body still clings to this world. The flesh resists what the soul has already accepted. When the moment comes, I may fight. Not because I wish to, but because I am still bound to this place. Still outside Sonder. Do not hesitate. Strike true. And when I am gone, let the wind carry my name to Mother. Thank you for understanding. For not making this harder than it must be. Let this be the last battle I ever fight.
Hello. Did you manage to free? Thank you. I hope he finds a new home, or at least some other ravens to keep him company. And I can already feel my burden lifting. Now I can join Mother and Senya in their chamber.
It is... Let...
Can feel the change coming. Thank you for your help.